Okay, so V6 lightweight, third place out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee as well, Chris Davey. Chris, tell us about your race.
Well, everybody else checked out, and I tried to just stay with them. That's about it.
All right.
I don't remember the V6 one, but
Yeah, the V5 is a little more memorable, right?
yeah, V5 is a little more memorable.
All right. Well, thank you much, Chris. Good job. Second place, another youngster of the young age of 19 years old, who beat me up in Nashville pretty good. J.D. Mosley took second place. J.D., are you here? I guess J.D. went to dinner. We'll take his money. Just kidding. And awarded first place is myself. So I want to say a couple things. First off, big hats off to Jim Hinshaw, obviously Fast from Past, one of my sponsors. Jim's helped me out the last couple of years, especially with the knowledge of developing bikes and building bikes. That's one weakness I have, and he's very strong at that. If you've seen his cowies, they're incredible. So I want to thank Jim for that. Also want to do a shout out to Stick Boy and Bridgestone Tires, Hinson Clutch Components, Motul Lubricants, Cycle Gear, and Integrity Tool, and Foothills Motorsports. So they've all helped me out over the last couple of years, so I appreciate them very much. No trophy. All right, next up is we're going to do V3 first. And interesting part of this race is it was dry. Not that long before this race went out. Unfortunately, rains came, added quite an element to it. We are going to start third place out of New York, once again, Kenny Cummings. Hey, Kenny, I grew up in New York and I know all about rain, so tell me about your race and what it was like riding out there in the rain at this track.
A lot of people said to me before I went out, this is Barber, it's very sticky in the rain. And I went out and I followed Tim and, is it Mark Morone, number 9 there?
Yes.
Around for a minute and came back through the back section and slipped and slipped and slipped and slipped in the rear. And I said, okay, that's it. And then, I actually have to say one thing. The race was red flagged and I was in 4th place, but I got scored back a lap and this was Dean Middleton's race. I didn't get a chance to get him back, and it would have been a good race. But it's a little slippy out there in the rain, so it was a good race, though.
Very good. Thank you very much. Good job. All right. On to second place. He's been up here before, and I'm sure he'll be up here in the future again. Tim Joyce.
I got my butt handed to me, fair and square today, boys. Mr. Mark Morrow got me good, man. And but I still think what it was is he had that weight ballast he could put wherever he wanted.
Oh, lots of good wine and lots of good food, huh? Mark lives the high life. Coming in first place, Mark the Bike Morrow.
Yeah, I got something to say about this one. It is kind of slippery out there, but I don't know. My first race win ever 15 years ago was in the rain. I'm actually from Syracuse, New York, the second most overcast city in the United States, and I didn't have a car as a teenager, I just had a motorcycle. So, I guess, it sticks with you even after all these years. On the weight thing, I finally kicked nicotine out of my life 100%, And, I'll get the weight down, you just wait. Aren't you sick of seeing me spit skull all over the place, isn't it nice not to see it? Smile. So, one thing at a time, one battle at a time, but hats off, Tim, very gracious. Tim usually goes right by me. Sometimes he waves, sometimes he doesn't when it's dry, so it's really nice to be able to put one back on him. And thanks again to everybody for everything.
Good job, Mark. Hey, man, if the weight's working for you, don't change it. All right, now on to V5 in third place on one of the Ninja 250s out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's a big drive. Charles Justice. No Charles. In second place, he was just up here a short time ago in V6, out of Tennessee again, Chris Davey. Pretty tricky out there. Chris ran this race on slicks, and not new slicks either, pretty old slicks, in the rain. So kind of fun there, huh, Chris?
Well, yeah, it's wet. Now maybe I can buy some rains for next time. Maybe I can stay with you then.
I don't know. Probably so.
Probably so. I'm surprised you didn't let me.
It's a good race.
It was a good race. I'm ready to go.
Well, thank you. And yours truly took first in V5, Joe Pomeroy. Hey, the only thing I'll say is came in from the V6 lightweight race and it was sprinkling already. And there's red flag and I was like going, rain, slicks, couldn't decide. Finally said, I'm doing the slicks, if I burn them up in 6 laps, so what? And got it done right at first call for the race. Wouldn't have been able to make it without the help from Jim and Charles, helped me put those puppies on, and that made all the difference. In fact, those Bridgestone Reigns were absolutely wonderful. I never slid once. You know, I was kind of having fun, cruising around, and, you know, it was beautiful. So appreciate that, and thank you much again, Jim.
Trying to get your money out.
All right.
It was $300 to change those to reins.
All righty.